Hey Seekers, I'm Nick. Last week I showed you our secret shame and what we were doing to remove our secret shame, and this week I'm going to show you the basically finished product of all the hard work that we put in last week to build out this new filming set. You guys ready? Check this out. I'm pretty proud of this. Come and have a look, right? So it's it's basically finished now, and I just wanted to share with you guys a few of the little things that we did that we didn't show in the last episode because we didn't have the stuff. We had to wait for some stuff to arrive. So let's take a closer look at how we put this new setup together. It's not the most complicated thing in the world, but there are some handy little tricks that we've put in here that might be able to help you with some setups of your own. So let's take a closer look. Before I can declare that this setup is done, there's one last order of business. I need to actually do this first, right? So the story goes, this computer, I talked about it in the last episode, but it doesn't actually have a GPU. I'm running it off the integrated graphics, and I had this whole debate. I was like, do I upgrade the CPU and motherboard and all that stuff? But it's already got a 9900K, and for this use case of reviewing monitors and that stuff, I think it's fine, right? It's absolutely fine. So I'm going to leave the CPU, but I've got to go and search for a GPU to put in this thing because, like I mentioned in the last part, I'll put that in the top right-hand corner, wherever that is, if you want to check it out. But I didn't have a GPU for it, so yeah, we need to dig something out so we can actually start these monitor reviews. So before we show you all this jazz, let's chuck a GPU in there, and then I'll show you how that's all hooked up. See, the way that we put this in is I kind of integrated it into the whole unit with the cabling, and there's only 3 cables that plug into this whole system. I'll show you what they are after we put the GPU back in. Oh, that is very awkward. Hopefully I don't have to be doing that very often. I realized I put a 3060 Ti aside for this PC. I forgot that I had actually done that, so let's chuck in that 3060 Ti. 3060 Ti should be more than adequate for the type of testing and stuff that we do for monitors and all of those types of things on the channel. So yeah, we just need to hope it fits. Now we've done a full guide of fitting 30 series GPUs in the NR200 already. I can't remember if we got the 3080 to fit, but I think we did. And there's a Bindi. Okay. Let's see if we just get lucky with this and it just goes right in and we don't have to do anything funky. Almost lost it. But there we go. 3060 Ti is in pretty easily. I say that, but you know, was it really that easy? Nobody knows. Okay, almost done. I really don't care if this is clean or not right now. I just want this thing to be back together so we can use it. I'm so terrible at doing this. Alrighty, here we go. Front back on. Give it a little bit of a love tap. Make sure all these cables are tucked in nicely. Off you go. The way this PC is connected up in this little shelf is quite simple. It's nothing actually too complicated. We've got the power cable to power the system. I bought a new DisplayPort cable that was about 3 meters long from memory and a 3 meter long USB 3 extension cable as well. And basically what I did is I routed a USB hub onto the back of the desk itself. That way the cable is long enough for both the DisplayPort and the USB. If I need to pull the desk out, I can slide the desk back and it won't interrupt or won't stretch the cables out. And yeah, basically plug in 3 cables into the back of this system and we're good to go. I don't have to mess around and try and put my hand behind there because the USB for the system is on the desk itself. It's going to make it a lot easier when we do keyboard content. I'll just lean over the desk, plug the keyboard in, and we'll be good to go. Kind of device this is, there's a bit of slack on each of these cables. I'll just plug them into the PC. And I can plug it in with the PC laying on its face on the carpet. Shouldn't damage it at all. Plug that stuff in. plug it all in, push the PC back in on its shelf, and with a bit of luck, powers up. Those fan curves though. Next to the PC on the shelf, there is the audio interface that I use for the microphone and for audio monitoring for the Stream PC setup, which is living under the desk right there. The cable management's actually not too bad. You can't see any of it if you walk back and look at the setup. I mean, obviously from this angle, it's such a peculiar angle, you can see it. But yeah, audio interface there. Up there is just a collection of storage stuff. Nothing of note really. It's just a headphone stand with a set of headphones on it. The mic on this boom arm is the same setup that we had in the old orientation of the room. So nothing's changed here, obviously, because like every YouTuber has a fake plant. We've got a fake plant. Kind of lame, whatever. I've managed to put the monitor for the setup up top as well. Everything's hooked up. I'm not turning on that setup at all because it's just no point turning on that PC. There's also an Amazon Echo... What is it? Echo... The big one? The big one? I can't remember the name of it, but it's the big one because this whole room has also got voice-controlled lighting. As mentioned in the last part, I redid the acoustic treatment panels, well, where they are on the wall anyway. I made them slightly higher. They're basically just attached with a bunch of 3M hooks and some thick cardboard on the back, and they're all hot glued to other bits of cardboard, and it's a complete mess behind them. I did show how I made them in the original setup. I'll put that in the top right hand corner if you're interested in seeing that as well. We added this little ambient light. Basically, it's just a lamp from IKEA, one of the cheaper lamps. It's super minimalistic. It's not supposed to look like anything amazing. It's not really even designed to be a proper light source for filming. It's purely a prop, and it's got a smart globe in it. Now, the reason why I didn't go for like a touch dimmer or something like that is because they are prohibitively too expensive, and even if you buy a smart bulb, and especially one like this Wiz one, it is more expensive just for the lamp without a globe than if you bought the lamp and the smart globe, which ended up being around 40 Aussie dollars or probably around 30 or 25 US dollars, but I'll show you how this quickly works on my phone. It's connected up to a bunch of the other Wiz lights that we've got in the studio as well, and you can change the color temperature, which is nice depending on what we're filming. We'll keep it nice and warm for this example, and because dimmers are too expensive, you can do it in the app, and we have it on the lowest brightness for this set. Another little trick you can use for your own studio or your own space, and if you don't want to spend heaps of money changing colors of things, especially if it's like a panel that's covering something, you'll notice that the side of our drawers now are white. Now, what we did here is we had some of this spare, but you can buy it. It's quite cheap. It should be about $5 Aussie for a big piece of Corflute. Now, you can cut it to any shape you like, and it actually diffuses light quite nicely, and it's not reflective at all. And I decided I would go down this path because in the corner, it was just absorbing a little bit too much light. We were having to bounce light a weird way, and now it looks nice and clean, and it also has the added benefit of hiding some cables. So yeah, use some Corflute. It may seem a little ghetto at first, but once you get it right, you can actually make it work quite well. And the way I attach it was just some thin double-sided tape. I mentioned earlier that we kind of put this whole thing together with the idea that it could be moved around quite easily. I'm going to show you what I mean by this, right? Even though nothing's on wheels, it doesn't have a stand-up desk or any of the fancy things that other setups have, all we need to do is slide this desk out, and then I can get access to it quite easily. And as you notice, no cables are stretched. Nothing is coming out or getting unplugged or breaking because there's a single long cable snake that attaches to this end of the desk that allows me to move it backwards and forwards. And this gives me the opportunity to show you what we've got happening on the back side of the desk. The LifeX LED strip that we had in here before, I ended up putting back on the desk just for a bit more ambient lighting. And you're also probably noticing this. This is the USB hub I was talking about. It's decent enough, and basically the idea is We can hide cables with it, but it's easy to access. And if we're doing monitor content or anything that requires USB, let's say like a headset video that is wireless or a USB headset, I can plug them in here and I don't have to pull the PC out again or try and plug it into the front panel of the little ITX system. We can plug everything in right here and it is super duper accessible. And look, I can sit on the floor behind the desk, really awkwardly. Last but not least, our encoding PC, and you can see that it lives down there, right? But one thing you might not notice is there's a Stream Deck XL that sits on there. Now, if we want to stream, all we need to do is quite literally pick up the Stream Deck off the top of the PC and we're ready to stream with the monitor that's up there for viewing everything. So like OBS and all that stuff. But yeah, really easy to access. And the Stream PC, although it's quite ridiculous when it's not in use, is doubling as a shelf for the Stream Deck. So when we're filming other types of videos or not streaming, we can hide that Stream Deck and we don't have to unplug it. All right, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed this final part in this filming set series. I mean, it's only been 2 parts so far and this is going to be the last part, but I hope you learned a little something from the things that we did to make your own setups better. Now, as you can see, it's not a super complicated setup, but the way that this A-roll looks now is how I envisioned it looking in the first place. I wanted it to look nice and shallow, nice and soft, a bit warmer, and a bit more inviting for these type of videos that we're going to be doing in here. So keyboard content, monitor reviews, laptop stuff, audio equipment like speakers and headsets and all that jazz. I want to change it up a bit. I want to get out of that sterile studio environment that we use for building PCs. You probably spotted a bit earlier on in the video, which is our normal setup. But yeah, I want to make it nice and inviting. And for the keen-eyed out there, you may have noticed this. This is the first video that we're going to be filming in here. This is a new keyboard. It's a Kickstarter keyboard. It's a wireless 84 key keyboard that, yeah, it's pretty special. Obviously, the video will be out on the channel not too far from now. We have been using this. Yeah, it's an interesting little Kickstarter project. Some of you guys might find it quite interesting. If you guys learned anything from this video, let us know. Yeah, we want to see if you guys actually use any of these little tips and tricks and techniques in your own setups. We've done quite a bit of this stuff over the last couple of years. And to be honest, I really enjoy making these types of videos because it takes me out of my regular flow of building PCs and reviewing stuff and just having a bit of fun and showing you what I've been experimenting with on our own filming setups. And yeah, that's basically it. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you dislike the video, hit the dislike button twice. If you like the music you heard here, I don't know if we're using music in this video. I haven't got that far yet. I haven't started editing yet. We make all the music. It's available over on Patreon. And if you want to get early access to videos like this one, float plane. Once again, thank you so very much for watching. I'm your boy Nick with Gear Seekers. You peak, we seek. And I'll try and put everything that we use in this video, or everything that was used in this setup rather, in the description if you guys want to peruse that. I'll try and make that as easy as possible. I haven't thought that far into the future quite yet. Yeah, we'll see what happens. And there hasn't been many cats in this video, Claire. People have been asking for more Bindi.
She's busy.
She must be very busy. Also, people are like, how do you spell it? It's B-I-N-D-I, like Bindi Irwin. She's not gonna like this. Okay, baby. Look, there's Bindi. See? She's lovely. Hopefully they can still hear me because I think she's pressing up against the microphone. Oh, you're cute. Are you cute, Bindi? What? Sorry, what was that? Couldn't hear you. Also, the wallpaper for this is in the description too. I did that in the last video too. What do you reckon, sweetie?
She's got a mouth open.
She's got her mouth open. Look at that. There's like bonus Bindi every single day now. Do you want to go back to your mum? You want to go back to your mum's?
She's tired.
I'm tired, baby. She's such a sweet cat. You smell like your mum. You've been picking her up too much.
It's not my fault if she wants to cuddle.
Looks like she's fallen asleep a bit.